Who doesn't love coffee? I know I do. Whether it's an Americano, an espresso, a frappuccino, or just a basic cup of joe. Coffee can be found almost anywhere in the world, with everyone using different blends, different techniques for brewing, having completely different tastes. So with all these options out there, who makes the best coffee? In my opinion, it must be the Italian. My wife and I, we went to Italy a couple years ago, and as soon as we landed, I was craving a cup of coffee. So we went to the little cafe around the corner from our hotel. I ordered an Americano. As soon as the waitress brought it, I added in the warm milk, gave it a taste, and was blown away. I've never had coffee, guys, like this in my life. It was so delicious. After that, I was drinking Americano with every meal. I was a little wired the entire trip, but well worth it. Now, once I got back home, I was determined to replicate that incredible Italian coffee taste. And I think I finally achieved it using the Italian Moka Pot. A Moka Pot is basically a stovetop coffee maker that brews incredible coffee by pressurizing water and causing the water to go through the coffee. It was invented by Alfonso Bialetti back in Italy in the 1930s. Surprisingly, a lot of people use the Moka Pot outside of Italy to brew their coffee, but not many people actually know how to use it. So what do they end up getting, or their comments end up being? That the coffee ends up being a little bit bitter. Now I'm gonna show you how to make a proper cup of coffee using the Moka Pot, the original Italian way. Now what this is gonna yield is a sweeter coffee, so you get rid of that bitter taste, and I'll give you a little tip. The secret is in the water temperature. But since the 30s, a lot has changed and many competitors have formed out there. So today, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to use the original Bialetti Moka Pot, and I'm gonna be comparing it to the Grosche Moka Pot. I'm gonna be using the same amount of coffee in both of them, the recommended water amount, same techniques, and we're gonna see which one actually makes the best cup of coffee. Now to do this properly, I'm gonna be using Illy Moka Pot coffee grounds. Made in Italy, delicious taste, and perfect for the Moka Pot. I'll leave the links to the Moka Pot and the coffee in the description below. Now, enough talking, let's get started. Now the first step is to fill up your water chamber with hot water. You want to fill it up until right below the safety valve. The Bialetti comes with a line inside, so you'll be able actually to see where to fill it up to. The Grosche doesn't, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Right below the line. Now the reason you want to use hot water is because once it gets on the stove, it's going to take less time on the heat, which means that the coffee grounds won't get heated up as much, so it won't alter the taste. Now comes your coffee basket. Fill it up with coffee. Whatever you do, do not compress that coffee down. Use your finger and just spread it around gently to make it flat. Now moving quickly because this is going to get very, very hot. You want to take your cover and screw it on. Get it over medium heat and open up the lid. Now keep an eye on the spouts and watch as the coffee starts to heat up, make its way through the valve and fill up the coffee chamber. Don't leave even for a second. As soon as it starts to gurgle and starts spitting, it's done. Get it off of the heat, close the lids, and run the base under cold water to stop the cooking right away. Take a towel, because it's going to be piping hot, and unscrew the base chamber. Now all that's left to do is to pour it into your favorite cup, and voila, a delicious espresso ready to be drank. I personally like Americano, so I add just a little bit of hot water, some warm milk, and the taste is delicioso. Now for the comparison, which one was easier to use and which one yielded the better coffee? Right out of the gate, the Grosche had a few very good points for it. Number one, it was easy to screw into the base. Number two, the matte material acts as a nice little buffer between the metal and your hand, which can get very hot, as opposed to the Bialetti, which is directly the stainless steel, which gets extremely hot. You're able to hold the handle while pouring, while the Bialetti, not so much. It's a bit of a stretch. Now with all that being said, the Bialetti, in my opinion, brews a much better coffee than the Grosche. The coffee comes out more consistent, while the Grosche starts to spit it and gurgle much faster. It actually ended up causing quite a bit of a mess. Another great point is the Bialetti is made in Italy, the Grosche is made in China. I personally try to stay away from things made in China. So overall, these are both still very good Moka Pot. They both have incredible reviews. But the Bialetti is the original. It was made in Italy. Something about it, it just works better and the coffee comes out much better tasting. So if you're looking for that true Italian experience and better tasting coffee, I would definitely recommend the Moka Pot by Bialetti. All right guys, well there you have it. A nice little tutorial and comparison on how to make authentic Italian coffee right here on Impossibly Kosher. Hey, if you liked that video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit subscribe and ring the bell. That way you'll keep up with all the incredible videos that we have coming up. And trust me, there's quite a few.